Hi guys, Dr. John back with a dose of Genesis today. Back on the Genesis beat. This is the Firth of Fifth. Not so easy to pronounce. I'm sure it baffles our American friends and the people outside the UK. In fact, these days it might baffle a lot of people in the UK as well. When this song was written and when I was a kid, there were stamps issued about the Firth of Forth. The Firth of Forth? Well, the Forth was is a big river in Scotland, and Firth apparently is Scottish Gaelic for estuary. They were building a big bridge over the Forth River at the estuary, and the government issued stamps which were quite famous, and maybe this term Firth of Forth was on everybody's lips, so Genesis thought they could make some capital from it by using it as a title to a song. I don't think it's got anything at all to do with the song other than that, so let's bring it up and see what we think.
The path is clear, though no eyes can see. The course laid down long before, and so with gods and men, the sheep remain inside their pen. Though many times they've seen the way to leave, he rides majestic past homes of men who care not or gaze with joy to see reflected there the trees, the sky, the lily fair. The scene of death is lying just below. The mountain cuts off the town from view, like a cancer growth is removed by skill. Let it be revealed. A waterfall is madrigal, an inland sea is symphony. Na 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 na. Na, na. the shepherd leads his flock away. The sands of time were eroded by the river of constant change.
Great compositional skills here. The song was mostly written by Tony Banks. Banks and Rutherford together did the lyrics. I think the lyrics are obviously they're obviously the weakest part of the song. They don't really make much sense. Even Banks has said that they were the worst lyrics he ever wrote. Yeah, the real problem is they just don't make much sense. They're just pretentious. But he does seem to have had some kind of idea of a river and seafaring in his mind, and perhaps this is where there is a connection with the title, the Firth of Fifth, or it would be really the Firth of Fourth. It has a kind of it conjures up ideas of barren but maybe beautiful landscape, and there is a lot of Scotland is a bit like that. It's very, very cold, and you wouldn't really like to be out on the moors on a cold night, but on the other hand it has a very wild beauty, and yeah, that does come across. It's typical prog rock with different sections. One of the major sections seems to be a kind of sea shanty, which is taken up by the flute and also by Steve Hackett's guitar. The guitar solo is one of Steve Hackett's most famous with Genesis, and he said that he loves it and he thinks it's a great melody to play. It's one of those Genesis songs that don't go on too long. It doesn't outstay its welcome. By the time it ends, you're kind of left enjoying what you've heard and wanting more. Occasionally, some of early Genesis, it kind of goes on a little bit too long, but this one is perfect from that point of view. It just is the right length. Again, it's very progressive in terms of the way the different parts are fitted together. Sometimes there doesn't seem to be a lot of connection. Maybe we can call it symphonic or rhapsodic. Rhapsodic would probably be the best word. Yeah, however you look at it, this is definitely one of early Genesis's most famous songs from the album Selling England by the Pound, of course. I think Tony Banks had written an earlier version of this song and taken it to the band at the time of Foxtrot, and they'd rejected it. So then he worked on it, revised it, brought it back at the time of Selling England by the Pound, and everyone liked it more, and it was accepted. So it's another one of those songs from that album which has definite British connotations, conjures up pictures of this very cold, wild landscape, typical of parts of Scotland and maybe the rivers of Scotland and the ocean off the coast of Scotland, and seafaring and sea shanties. Definitely one of early Genesis's more successful songs. So I hope you enjoyed this one and my analysis, reaction to it. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing. So that's all until next time. Thanks a lot.